Okay, so we're looking down the line now in terms of the shot, okay? The key thing for you, especially with a lot of loft in your hand, because there's so much toe of the club, when you line up the golf club, you tend to line the club face up aiming left anyway. If the hand gets a little underneath with that right hand, so your left thumbnail is visible, that will close the club more. Okay, so therefore the shot's going to come out with the club face aiming left, and if we look at this swing as you come through now, you can see that movement there now. I'm almost trying to point the club out to the right to try and hit it out rightwards, and that's the problem with that, is it tends to lean back on the right side, hitting up on the shot. It's sat on a nice fluffy bit of grass, beautiful, nicely up in the air. You get away with it. Okay, tight lie, ball below your feet, maybe it's adjusting with the slope, not as easy. The club hits the top of the ball, and we tend to scull it across the ground. Just goes a bit too far, and then of course judging distance is very difficult, because we'll find it too soft or too hard, don't know where it's going to go. Okay, what we've got to try and do is get that sensation the club feels to you. I mean, I think the best shot you hit, well, I think 3 yards right or 3 foot right of that flag, you felt the club was kind of aiming over there somewhere, and in reality it was probably aiming somewhere like that. Okay, so as the club goes back now to target, okay, we get a nice bit of loft on that club. The angle you're swinging on here, which is good, okay, as the club goes through, we can see the angle pretty much the same on the other side. So you just swung it around your body this way. You haven't tried to manipulate the club face to compensate.
And that's just true of all.
All clubs.
All clubs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the golf swing itself, in terms of if you sort of get yourself, whether you're setting up for a full shot or a chip shot, you want that club to kind of swing around that sort of green line. Okay, if your club is sort of pointing out here somewhere, you've made a compensation, and when you get it right, happy days. But it's just a little bit more hit and miss, isn't it? Especially if the lie's not so good, it's tough. Oh god, and then that's the frustration that increases based on if you hit some really good shots and then some really bad shots. You're like, oh, so I can do these good shots. If we just hit all bad shots, we go, well, I'm not very good at golf. But you know you're good at golf, or you know you're better at golf than some of your bad shots represent, and that's the problem. But in golf, we're only as good as our bad shot. If you hit a perfect tee shot, 250 yards, I mean, perfect, phenomenal. First at Craig, first tee, smash, 250 yards, and you're here to that red flag from the green, and you knock it over there somewhere over there, you might as well go 7-iron on the green for two. So
I've actually bought a cheap one, actually, very cheap one, a driving iron.
Okay,
Because I find it very inconsistent with the driving.
With the driver, I think with the grip as it was and the angles you're creating, there's a threshold or a tipping point, should we say, when you've got less loft, and yours is around the driving iron to 3-wood to driver, you're going to struggle. Okay, does that make sense? So with that, so the right thumb covers your left thumb now, but I think
I tend to with the grip come up.
Yeah, don't try and slide up too, because when you do that, you'll just tense up here, you see. Let this arm just fall and hang. I think as much as position is important, pressure is more so, I think, in some ways. So
I think sometimes I read too much, watch too much, and
I think we do, but it's exactly what I was saying. Well, yeah, definitely. I think as we were saying there.
I need a sports psychologist.
Any thought process or any thinking that needs to go on needs to happen from behind the golf ball. We don't want to be thinking over the golf ball. I mean, if you were look at when you're. I mean, you can both drive. If you're driving through an unfamiliar city in the wrong car, if you hire a car in Paris somewhere, don't know the road, don't know the car that well, you've got to drive slower. Give yourself that thinking, okay, where's the lane? It's hard. You make more mistakes in your driving because you're trying to work out what lane to be in. Where's the signal? Try this car. Where's the indicators on this car? You're thinking all the time, and you panic. If you go to you might live in a city where the roads are quite complicated, but if you know the road, you know your car. If you've done that journey enough times, you just don't even think about it. I mean, there's a place in Swindon where I always called the Magic Roundabout. You've been there before? Six mini roundabouts, yeah? When you've done it, when you've done it umpteen times, it's just, there's just nothing to it. You just give way to the right, next one, give way to the right, next one, off you go.
When people, the car that I just bought in a garage. First time to drive a car was there.
Good example. When you got there, you're like, oh my, where am I going, kind of thing. But once you know what that roundabout is all about, it doesn't seem that daunting. But when you go there for the first time, people see all these sort of the road signs, all these little minis saying, oh my God, what am I doing? And there's like, I think Swindon over London and Manchester, maybe the number 1 and 2 hardest place to learn to pass your test. Swindon was number 3 because of that roundabout. If you have to go through that roundabout with your test, most people fail because of it. Can you imagine a learner driver trying to go through there? Okay, but that makes sense with that. So as much thought you want to do is fine, do it behind the ball. Okay, right, brilliant.